Good evening, I'm Catherine, and welcome to this presentation on Hungarian culture. We're going to get to know some of the most hospitable people in the world tonight. For those of you that don't know, Hungary is a nation that has fought for their independence pretty much since the beginning of time. Most recently, there was a 45-year occupation of Hungary by Russia, and the country fought for their independence in 1956. Because of these occupations, Hungary has been fiercely protective about their culture, and that's one of the things that contribute to making them the most hospitable people in the world. They take this immense pride in preserving their culture, their family, their food, and of course their wine. So my grandmother on my father's side is Hungarian, and I didn't know a whole lot about my Hungarian culture, and I thought this was a really great opportunity to do some research, to learn about this country that my family is from. And I'm really honored here today to share this with you. And hopefully you'll end the topic here wanting to do a little bit more research the same way I have, because there's a lot of really great things about this country to definitely learn about. So during the presentation, I'm going to be exploring the cultural importance of family. We're going to talk a little bit about weddings and married life, just because they are so important to the community and the Hungarian people. And then we'll talk briefly about traditions and celebrations. So as you can see here, we've got family and home, and a more rural look of an outside exterior home, and some embroidery. So as I'm turning around here, I just want to take this here so you can see some of the detail in this room here. So family and motherland are very important to Hungarian culture. 72% of the population is Roman Catholic, and so their activities really are all around church, family, community. There's this extraordinary effort that's placed on making guests feel welcome and comfortable when you're visiting a Romanian home. Traditional ethnic Hungarian homes will have this clean room. And what this room is, it's used to host special visitors throughout the year. For example, births, christenings, weddings, or funerals. Here you'll see images from the Hungarian photographer is Raul Yorgi, and he's the one that took the pictures of the exterior home and the clean room that you're looking at here. And also he's taken some pictures of some of the authentic dress that we'll see in some later slides. The clean room could be compared to what we would call a parlor. So there's family heirlooms that are displayed along with all of this handmade art, like decorated plates and ceramic bowls. When doing my research, I saw a lot of embroidery on dresses, cakes even. It's really beautiful to see this artwork displayed in so many different facets of their lives. You're also going to see some sacred corners in the house. I wasn't able to find a picture of that, but basically it's a corner in the room where they'll put their statues of saints, crosses, religious statues that they may have brought back from pilgrimages that they've taken. And because of the strong family bond within the Hungarian culture and in the community, traditions still exist for young married couples. While they're no longer doing arranged marriages, the family and these traditions still play a huge role in a new couple's lives. So HungarianWedding.com posts pictures of several traditional wedding couples, and they talk about this soup that's served at the wedding. And I'm going to move my screen over a little bit just so that you can see this woman here sitting making these noodles. This soup is something that, like I said, that you would find in a wedding. It's chicken soup, and it's a special egg noodle. Randy Griffith from the Tribune Democrat writes that this traditional noodle is a tiny egg noodle rolled into snail-shaped spirals, and there's a picture of it up at the top. And they use a special stick and slide it over a groove slab board in order to make that little groove design on the noodle. This noodle is actually believed to have fertility-inducing properties. Again, really pointing to the significance of family and home, wanting to send this new married couple out into the world, into their new life, and hopefully be blessed with many children in the future, growing this family. A new married couple is going to traditionally be hosted to live at the groom's parents' home in a small designated apartment. In recent years, there's been some housing shortages, but also because of economic reasons, customs have changed a little bit, and couples can now live with the family that has the most room or the most economic means within the family. And here we're going to see some of these pictures that I had referenced earlier, some traditional cuisine, and also in the public dancing at some of the festivals. So I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller here, move it over to the side so you can see it a little bit better. So with the heavy prevalence of maintaining customs, traditional manners have not changed. So I kept finding myself describing these manners as old world. You'll find it customary for men to walk into any public space first, behind any women that may be present. There's also an importance of how a woman shakes hands with a group of people. She's going to first shake hands with any men or boys that are present, and then will only then greet the female and girls after the men have been properly acknowledged. You're even going to see these traditions in the large capital city of Budapest. The picture on the far right here, or at least my far right, is going to show you the annual Spring Festival. It's a true celebration of cuisine, clothing, arts, street dancing. There's special events at the State Opera House. Various theaters and museums host specials. And you will have so much authentic cuisine like homemade breads, desserts, and stews. So I'm going to make this just a little bit smaller again so you can see the slide a little bit better. So in summary, I really enjoyed putting this presentation together about Hungarian culture, and I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about this special country. While learning about the importance of family values, traditions, and culture, I really found a lot of different things to explore about the country, and I am going to dig in a little deeper to learn about my heritage. The country has fought really hard to keep their heritage intact and continually facing political hardship. I think that it's something that really should be celebrated and embraced. And I'm wrapping up my presentation here feeling a lot more attached to my heritage than I did before we did this presentation. So I hope that you enjoyed everything that you learned here today. And I welcome you to go on the internet, do some internet searches for recipes or pictures of different culture, like the rooms that have the embroidery in it. There's a lot of special things that you will find when doing some research, and I think that you'll enjoy it just as much as I did. So have a great evening. Thanks for listening to the presentation, and good night.